There's a lot that I've learned from my sources that I've collected already. In Macbeth, in the original source, I learned that power corrupted him, and the more power he thought he had, or the more power he got, the more people ended up dead. Um, it seemed like to me the more people he killed, like the higher up he got and the more power he got. Um, which, along with that, became more corruption. And since my topic I chose to write about is power corrupts, it's one of the main reasons why I chose this story. In The Lion of the Witch and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis, the White Witch is what I'm basing the power corrupts around in this story. Her power that she had obviously made her corrupted, and it caused winter to be in Narnia permanently until that corruption and curse was taken away. And her power got others to obey her and follow her because they feared her because of the power she did have, or else people just followed her because they were just as evil. And she, the evil and corruption that she showed through this was she kidnapped the 4 kids that came from the wardrobe, and she captured and killed many of the creatures along the way to get these kids, and so that she could win in this battle that they were fighting. And she ended up killing Aslan, which in this story, it's kind of like a Adam and Eve. She's, Aslan kind of represents Jesus when he dies, so he comes back just like Jesus did when he rose from the dead. And eventually the witch was overthrown and overpowered, and good wins, and the corruption is gotten rid of. And that's why I chose this story. And then in Richard II by Shakespeare, Richard II is a careless, reckless kind of leader that gets put into power. And he's extremely wasteful with his money. He blows it on riches and clothes and useless things, and he blows tons of money on his friends and buys expensive things for them. And that court finally decides that enough is enough with him, because all of this power that he kept gaining just led to more corruption. So they put a stop to it, and he got put in prison, and he is eventually killed by an assassin. And so that puts it into that evil that was caused in this story. Another quote that I had found by Shakespeare in another one of his writings, in Troilus and Cressida, Shakespeare talks about how power and will they're like a wolf and they can eat up a man. So this kind of shows how Shakespeare agrees with the idea that power can and does corrupt somebody. And then C.S. Lewis found a quote from Weight of Glory, where he said that because all of us are sinful beings and we have a sinful nature among us now, that power therefore corrupts us, and so that's why I chose C.S. Lewis as one of the authors that wrote about power corrupts. And this is what I have gained from my sources so far.